Hello people, how are you? My name's Kev, this is Angling and Anxiety. It's all about the angling, especially about the anxiety. Right everyone, welcome back. This is my little assistant, Alfie. Just got hiding into the toilet. But basically what I'm going to do is, I've had a little bit of problem with the light in here. It's really bright and I'm trying not to blind myself, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through how I'm approaching the big game season this year, really. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down, not just big game, just basically how I'm approaching my boat fishing. A lot of it is going to be big game this year. That's my sort of ulterior motive, as it were. That's my main game plan. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through, have a look through the rods and reels that I've got and whatnot that I bought up to prepare myself a few rigs and stuff. And yeah, just a bit of information for you really, if you've never done it. I mean, it was only a year ago, 2 years ago, I didn't even know we had sharks in this country, let alone tuna. And the level of sharks that we've got is quite amazing, to be honest with you. So, so for my blue shark rods, what I've got is, some people might say these are a bit strong. Myself, I'd sooner be ready. You never know, if there's been 200 pound plus bluefins that have been pulled out, I want to know I'm ready for them if they do come along. So what I've got on is, I'll tell you what, let's get the camera. A TLD 25. Now this is going to be spooled up with heavy braid. I'm actually waiting for the braid as we speak. Someone's dropping it to me, they've not quite turned up yet. So yeah, got TLD 25s onto an ugly stick, GX2 ugly stick that is 30 to 50 pound strength. It's only 6 foot long. Again, some people might say it's a little bit stronger than needs be. Me personally, I would rather be prepared, as I've said. I've got 2 of these and I really like them, to be honest with you. I've got to get used to the backwards winding with your right hand rather than winding with your left hand. I'll get the hang of it one way or another. So yeah, that's my shark fishing rods. To be honest with you, I reckon I could probably catch small freshers on these. Maybe not, maybe I could. Same with poor beagles. They're heavy duty, 30 to 50 pounds. These are also very good for fishing for conger. Conger fishing, and yeah, basically congers and sharks is my aim with the game with them rods. I've also got a conger stick. So this is a stand-up stick. It's a conger stick. I originally bought this for the big game, i.e. big sharks and the accidental tuna that might slide along. Since then, I've thought about it. It hasn't got rollers in every eye, which I'll show you in a minute. It's got a roller at the top, but they're not on every eye. And to be honest with you, when you've got a tuna or a big shark peeling off a line, you need to be running with rollers, really. I'm not saying it couldn't handle it, because I'm sure it could. It's made for the job at the end of the day. Got a lovely handle on it. But when it comes to the big girls, I want to be prepared. So what I've done is, this is what I call the big girl. So this is a Shimano TLD stand-up stick, and here, this absolutely enormous reel is a Penn Squall 50 VSW, which I've had spooled up by British big game fishing. The reel's brand new. They do the spooling for you. Basically, it's got braid underneath and X amount of mono, which is crazily thick. I'd like literally, the thickness is unbelievable. But at the end of the day, you've got to be prepared. I don't want to be playing any games or taking any risks. I want to be fully prepped up. I've got, again, take them off. These are for put my clips on. So when I've got my harness on, which is not yet here, I would get the Black Magic harness. What you do is you clip onto here, clip onto your harness, and then your rod's not going anywhere. This obviously sits in the middle here, so you're basically holding on. It's being held onto, and you can lean into it, and it will help you out a lot. It did with me with my tuner anyway. And then, as you see on here, all the eyes are rolling eyes. So when the line's speeding through here at a rate of knots, hang on. Where's it gone? So bear with me a bit, people. Oh, it's tied it off, that's why. But look. When this is being peeled, basically this is going to run between these eyes very, very, very fast. And with rods like this, or standard rods like these ugly sticks, there's a good chance it could burn through the eyes. I mean, it probably won't, but when it comes to tuna, I've experienced it myself, as you know, they do not hang about. And when I'm out fishing with live baits and stuff for poor beagles and freshers, there's a very, very, very good chance that I could hook into a tuna. So this is the setup I had before when I caught it on a charter. So this is the setup I've gone for again. The reel is slightly different. It's a Penn Score, not a Penn International. They've got all the same qualities, except they're not £1,000. This cost me £400, and that was with the line on it. So, well, he spooled it out for me, basically, in a nutshell. But yeah, very well made rods, and I know from personal experience that it can handle it if it needs to. So that's my three big game ones. Tell you what, I have left a couple downstairs as well, but yeah, it's not a big deal. This is old trusty. This is for catching live bait and general flat fishing, etc. This is a Shakespeare Agility, needs a good wash, on an ugly stick. The new ugly sticks, it's an Elite, and this is, if I believe, 6 to 12 pound, 8 to 12 pound. See that there? So in comparison to that, if you look at the tip difference, there's a lot. But this is just literally a bit of fun, catching my live baits and general fishing off the edge of the boat. Your white and your pout and your mackerel, your plaice, all of them kind of fish really. Just general fishing. This is my trusty. This is my first ever boat rod and reel, so I love this. I've loaded it up with £20 braid, and yeah, I really do love it, to be fair. This over here is my gilling rod. I bought this second hand. It's an Uptide in Shimano Twin Power, and I've actually got on it my beach casting reel, which is a Penn Surf Blaster. Again, I actually had the conger on this the other day. It wasn't massive, probably £10, and it performed well, to be honest with you. Had a big bend in the reel, but in the rod, sorry, but it done me well. It didn't. I caught the conger at the end of the day, so yeah, I was happy enough with that. Right, let's move to the tackle. So, this is my other gear. I've got a thin oil rod and reel. Right. Now, these are my shark fishing rods, my shark fishing rig, sorry. Get that one out. I've got some for freshers, I've got some for poor beagles, and I've got some for blue sharks. These are seriously, I've had these made up because at the end of the day, when you're fishing for big fish, I don't want to be taking any risks. So I've paid to have these made up. You can make them yourself. Good old Graham, pull them off Totally Awesome Fishing. He'll show you how to make them, no problemo. He actually uses a bit of old strimmer line. But I'd sooner know that what I was using was ready. So this obviously goes into your main line where I would have a float. These are the adjustable floats. I was given to these by a lovely gentleman called Peter the other day. He makes these rigs up from cast a line, sling a hook. This is my adjustable float. So this will go up here. This will go into your main line. But actually have a look at the hook. Now I've not got small hands. Have a look at the size of that monster. Serious. You really have to set these hooks. If you get a run, you need to really yank into it a good 2 or 3 times to really set the hook. So yeah, that's one of them. Like I say, I've got a selection here. All made by the same guy. Just get that on there. He's a very nice guy. Posts all the rigs if needs be. There's his number there. If you're in need, here's your man. Switch this up like this. Again, another slightly different setup with a slightly different hook. So if you look at this in comparison, still a big hook, not on the same level, but it is still a big circle hook. But these rigs, honestly, they are made to perfection. They're spot on. And this is exactly why I've gone to this guy. I've actually been advised to go to him. I didn't know him beforehand, but yeah, I've gone to him and I couldn't have been happier, really, to be honest with you. I know that everything I'm using is top quality, and if I do manage to get the fish of a lifetime, I'm not going to snag up, or I'm not going to break off, basically. These ones, they've got some fluorocarbon and then to some mono. These hooks again, big, not huge. Actually use bigger hooks for congers, which I'll show you in a minute. So, yeah, there's a selection of them. Got untold amounts in there. All different sizes, shapes and sizes. These are my rigs. That's too scary. We want to try and undo it with one hand. Nothing the teeth can't beat. So in here I've got your normal rigs, like your float. That's a, what is that? Can't remember the name of it. 2-hook flowing rig. Might be a clip-on throwing rig. These are pulley pennels. These are just my general fishing. Your sort of smaller stuff that'll go on the ugly stick, a mini ugly stick. So yeah, plenty of them. Flowing traces, 2-hook flappers, all your usual sea rigs. Over here, some rigs that I made up yesterday. Got some really strong, I think it's 180 pound mono. Go to size 10-0, 9-0 hooks. Massive hooks. And then in here, I've got some again made up by Cast a Line Sinker Hook Peter. I've got some conger rigs. So this is me, fully prepped up. It's not a very long video. Some of you might think, what's the point? But at the end of the day, some people have no idea how to fish for big fish, i.e. sharks, tuna, etc. So yeah, it's just a little walk around basically. What you'd need, and yeah, just a sort of little show and tell really. So I hope it helps a couple of you. I'm not expecting many people to sort of take anything from it, but I mean these are conger rigs, and look at the size. Look, that's a big J hook, big J hook. But Congers and monsters, especially big upper doubles. You don't want to be playing games with them. So, all ready to go on them. These are also, I'm going to be fishing for spur dogs with these at the weekend. I'm going to be using them rigs for them. So yeah, happy days. There's a little walkthrough of all my big game stuff and right down to my little stuff. Just general boat fishing really, and what my plans are for the year. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, because believe me, I've got serious adventures coming up this year. Not just seawater, freshwater as well, but I'm going to be spending a lot of time hunting big game. Any opportunity I get, I'm out. This weekend I'm out hunting spur dogs, and whatever else comes along really. So yeah, happy days. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I took something from it. If not, it is what it is. You can't keep them all happy. It's not fishing, so I do understand. But yeah, get involved, click the subscribe button, because we've got adventures coming. Me and the fish hunter are out this weekend. You don't want to miss it.